What's going on, guys? God bless you. Carlos here with Serranos Mobile Detail in Dallas, Texas. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. Today's video is going to be we're going to be talking about the new Autofiber Mitt on a stick. Is the $79 value worth it? First, I got to finish this truck, and then we're going to get to talking about the Mitt on a stick. So the overall condition of this package, it's really not that bad. We're doing just the intro package, which is $150 for this one. The seat is extra. Usually with this package, I only wipe down like your dashboard really good, your door panel is really good, vacuum it thoroughly, and obviously like your seats will get just like a minor wipe down, like nothing crazy. But I'm actually agitating these seats because they're orange. No, I'm just kidding. But when I did see that these had orange covers, I was like, oh my God, like this customer knew what he was doing. So, but when working, I'm working in a very busy like shopping center. And especially if you're new, guys, to detailing, one tip I can give you guys is do your research before you guys show up. Because the last thing you want is to show up to a parking lot where there is no parking, or sometimes the areas doesn't let you, right? Usually when you're going to a more of a like a high-end place, that is when the securities are like very like, oh, you can't do this here, you know. So always just kind of do your research, find alternative routes. Like for me, I had already I always ask for the address first, right? And I say, man, I have an address to where the service is going to be performed, and they'll send you an address, right? When you get that address, guys, I always do like a like I'll do like a satellite view. I'll zoom out, and then I'll just kind of start browsing around my options, right? If option A near this person's job is not good, then we'll look for a option B. For my option B today, there's some apartments across the restaurants, so I literally just drove the truck to the other side. Because usually like on apartments, they really won't like say anything. So that's why I'm always looking at my options. So for this one, I already knew like parking was going to be a little bit difficult, because the parkings are literally like so close together. So always have an option. Look at your Google, or look at your maps. I say Google because I have Android. But look at your maps, look at your options, and if you feel like the area that the job is going to be performed is not going to be suitable for you, let the customer know, like, hey, unfortunately the area that we're going to be working on it's not fitted for me, or I feel like I may have some issues, as a customer, when his next day off is, right? Or find something like an alternate route, right? That way the customer understands, like, that one, the customers even know, like, yeah, you're right, dude, sometimes they're very picky out here. The customers will tell you, right? But you also have to be very knowledgeable in your areas, or kind of observe what area you're going to be working on, so that in case you run into that issue, right, look at your options, look around, right? Or zoom out, look for a parking spot that's kind of far away from everything. And usually they don't kind of trip because you're far away from everything. Sometimes generators, right? Some places, even though you're out in the open on a busy area, they're like, oh, we don't like generators out here. So, it's things like that. So always look at your options. Today, obviously it's early in the morning, it's 10 o'clock. So there's not a lot of traffic yet, which is good. But we're gonna continue cleaning this thing. We're almost done. After this, I just have to condition the interior really quick, clean the windows, and then vacuum it, and then we'll start on this product review of the Mitt stick, or Mitt on a stick. Alrighty, guys, this vehicle is finally done. But before I give you guys my honest feedback on the Mitt on a stick, man, it's hot and humid out here in Texas today. Whenever you're working in an area such as this, where you have cars like really close to each vehicle, what I recommend is you start your foaming always on the like on the passenger side. Like for me, my truck is always parked next to the vehicle on the other side. So if I'm gonna wash this vehicle, I'm always gonna start foaming it on the left side, nice and thoroughly, so that the foam can go that way, right? And then obviously I'll just foam like the top of, like up to like the top of this door, because usually when I'm on this side is when I really soak the top really well, because the goal is to make sure that you don't get this vehicle dirty or water or soap. You never know, there's some people out there that really will get upset because you got water on their car, you got soap on their car. So always start, when you're working like in an area such as this, start on the passenger side with the foam and take it to the driver's side. And then obviously you can do your scrubbing or whatever, and then when you do your rinse off, always start on this side again, so you can make sure you push all the water that way, and that way you don't have to raise your gun later and get all the water to the vehicle. So that's just a quick tip, but it's time to get to the review. Is the Mitt on a stick really worth the $75? Dang, this thing is literally as tall as me, so it's about 5 foot tall. This is from the, literally it's about 5 foot tall. I'm 5'2", so let's just say this is as tall as me. Is this worth the price, guys? I'll be very honest. When I bought it, I will say, wow, this was a bit, you know, it's a premium wash product, or wash stick, or whatever you want to call it. Autofiber really pulls out some amazing products. One thing I do like about it, there's a lot of things I like about it, there's a couple things I don't like about it, and obviously I'll be very honest with you in this video. One thing I do like about it is, after a good couple of, you know, washing cars and stuff, I love that you're able to literally unclip this right here, and you can literally just take it off, and you can throw it in there with your towels. Usually I'll wash this one with all my window towels, or you can wash it alone, and then after you finish it, you can literally put it back on this pad here. So that is one thing I do like about it. I wish it could have come with instructions, because sometimes this can get a little bit confusing on how to set it up, but after a little bit I got the hang of it and I was able to set it up. So it comes with one wash pad. It comes with this soft pad right here, or backing plate with Velcro that sticks onto your Mitt. It's a 3-piece product, so you have to screw all these in, right? And then you are good to go, right? As far as I do love that it has this foam padding here, to where you can feel safe that if you're washing a car, you're not going to damage the paint. So for this, points for that, because you know it's foam and you won't damage anything. The only thing I really wish it could have is maybe if they would have made maybe they sell this accessory later, I don't know, but make sure if they could have gone all the way up to this right here, because this here is unprotected, so sometimes you might scratch a car with the plastic, but if you end up marring the car or something, you can just get like some mineral spirits and it'll come right off, right? Nothing to worry about. But I really wish they would have maybe put like a foam protection on this, just to make sure that you don't scratch vehicles. But other than that, it's a solid product overall. It has a little entrance right here, so in case you want to hang it maybe like in your garage and stuff, you're able to do that. One of the things that I also like about it is you can lock it. So when you lock it, it will not go side to side, it'll stay up and down. But then you use this little knob on the top, and this loosens it up to where you can make it go like up and down however you want, right? And then you can just tighten it and it'll lock on its own. So for that was really solid as well. One of the things I'm not a fan of is, and I don't know if it's just me or what, but sometimes this thing will just like go into this mode as you're trying to wash a car, and it just goes freely, and I don't like it. So a lot of times I have to just stop, fix it again, but then as I'm doing a car, this will like literally like unlock, and then it goes right back to this. So for that, maybe find a different way to make sure this thing just locks in, because it gets very annoying as you're trying to wash a car and then this thing just starts going freely. So that was just one of the things that I don't like about it. But really, other than that, it's been a great product. Obviously, a benefit of it is for me that I'm a short guy. For trucks, it does the job. I can literally get on my ladder and feel safe that I can reach all the way to the other side of the truck, and I can get everything really, really well. This is the perfect tool for a lot of detailers who maybe wash a lot of RVs, maybe wash a lot of boats, a lot of areas that are flat. This thing is going to shine. If there's a lot of curves on the car, obviously you won't be able to wash a whole car with just this. Obviously you'll pull out your wash mitts. Usually what I tend to do, obviously I think in this video you'll see a little bit of me using this for the whole truck, which I have, but preferably usually what I'll do is I'll do the tops and then I'll just go wash mitt style all the way around the truck, just to make sure I get this truck thoroughly right. Another thing about this that that I have really enjoyed is just the simplicity of it. Obviously I've used some cheap Walmart ones that I have over here, but they wouldn't wash the car thoroughly. So sometimes just wasting your money, right? So for the $79 that I paid with no discounts, but you can find this one, I believe, obviously on Autofiber, Amazon, Car Supplies Warehouse, I believe, has this. Many places. I don't have a discount code. I bought this one without no discount, but it does the job. And I have really enjoyed it for a lot of these big vehicles that I have been using it on. It has been a lifesaver, especially for the roofs. I don't reach the roofs sometimes, but I'll make it work. But with this has really made my job a whole lot easier. The only thing obviously that I don't like about it is sometimes it'll just go freely, right? So for this is the only thing I don't like about it. It has its purposes, but for me, like when I'm trying to wash a car, I really want this to just stay in this position so that I can wash the car nicely, without it having to just go to this mode, and then you can control it. It gets hard, but it's been an amazing wash mitt so far, or a wash stick. The $79 to some may be a little bit steep. I know for me, that's why I haven't bought it in so long. A lot of people were like, bro, have you bought that? And I was like, no, it's a lot of money. But finally I had some money on the side and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy it. And I did. And I gotta say, I'm very happy with my purchase. For the $79, it's definitely worth it. It has its pros and its cons. Like I said, for me, it's just this thing just kind of goes into doing its own thing. But when you're working with RVs, boats, a lot of flat panel, like vans and stuff like that, this thing is going to be a lifesaver. And big trucks, of course, you don't have to risk yourself trying to reach that little area where for short people we don't reach, which is usually that center in the middle. With this, you can feel safe and sure that you're going to really clean up every single area. So for that, I've really enjoyed it, guys. I hope this video kind of answered some of your questions that you may have had. For the $79, it's definitely a premium price, but once you start using it, you get your money's back as far as safety for me, because now I just stand on my ladder really quick and clean it up and we're good to go. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video of the mitt on a stick of the new Autofiber product. So again, thank you so much for watching today's video. As always, I'm gonna catch you guys on the next video.